6 things I wish I knew before creating a PMU online course. If you're sitting at home and you're toying with the idea of creating an online course, or maybe you've already launched one, you can't miss this because I'm going to talk about the 6 things I wish I knew before I created an online course. Hello everybody, my name is Sheila Bella, and if you're new around here, I've built 2 multi-7-figure beauty businesses, and my passion is to help other beauty professionals just like you do the same in your salon, studio, and online. If you want to level up your beauty biz, hit that like and subscribe button so you never miss another episode again. There will come a point in your career where you won't be able to spend every minute of every day with clients anymore, and you'll feel burnt out. Whether you want to hire a team and move into a more management role or diversify your income, going digital is a great way to generate extra or even passive income. Online courses are exploding, especially in our industry, in all industries actually, but I'm sure you guys see it. Our industry is full of online course creators. And there's a good reason. Worldwide, e-learning is projected to be worth $325 billion by 2025 and $12.81 billion in the US alone. The statistics for the US have quadrupled since 2020. Some interesting statistics. E-learning increases retention rate between 25 to 60% due to having control over the pace that the content is delivered. For you trainers out there, this is great for the theory portion of your trainings. E-learning has helped increase income for 42% of businesses who have created an online course with the development of the augmented and virtual reality. The demand and development of online courses show no sign of slowing down. 2019, I remember I really believed in online courses and I was helping people create them and launch them. And it was very taboo in our industry. A lot of people thought that it was super unethical to launch online courses, and maybe some of them still do, specifically for permanent makeup technique, because they think, and some of them still do, that you can't get as good as of an education online as you can in person. While I'm still a huge believer in hands-on training, yes, nothing can beat hands-on training, there are still pros to be able to watch something, especially when it comes to theory, over and over again and at your own pace. For you trainers out there, consider a hybrid of online and in-person live hands-on. I think it makes sense. And it's obvious that our industry is more accepting of it nowadays because it's the way the world is going. It's a booming and very profitable industry. And you, my dear friend, should be a part of that. Times are changing. And in order for you to fit the times, you also need to pivot inside your business. That means your marketing, your messaging, your services, because times change and people do too. The way people are consuming education has completely shifted over the years. In the real world, e-learning now holds almost the same value as a 4-year degree. If your goal right now is to create and attract students to an online course, you need to be relevant with the times. During economic downturns, half of you will freeze and do nothing, while the other half will catch on and evolve. I have friends who have broken financial records in the industry because they chose to take their training online. They chose to pivot and diversify their income, and they chose to do it early. And now they're pioneers in this online world in the permanent makeup industry. I want you to think about your definition of success. For most entrepreneurs, it's freedom. Freedom is the motivator. For me, it's freedom. Financial freedom, freedom of time. Not only are online courses a great way to make passive income, but it's also a great way for people to share their knowledge and help more people than you could ever help in person. By the way, if you've been thinking about creating an online course and you're just starting out, I have a shortcut for you. I have an online course starter kit that's completely free that will help you get clarity on the first things that you need to do to start your beauty online course journey. All you need to do is text me the words starter kit to 310-388-4588. Okay, let's dive in. There's no better feeling than having your phone go off, ding, ding, PayPal, right? To notify you of a sale while you're watching TV or on vacation. That is the successful online course creators everyday life. So if this is what you want, stick with me because I'm about to dive into the 6 things I wish I knew before creating an online course. Here we go. You don't have to be the best. For those of you sitting on the idea of an online course, but you're thinking, I'm not the best. Why would anybody buy from me? I'm not an expert at this. You don't have to be the best. You just need to be an expert in your own process. And that's something I wish I knew before starting. Whenever you're creating an online course, it can get really emotional because all of your frustration, all of your expensive investments, and the hard lessons that you learned are all wrapped up into one thing. You're creating it. It all comes back, and so do the emotions attached to those memories. So the bottom line is, you can help save someone else time, confusion, frustration, or money. If you can do any or all of these things, it means that you're an expert in your process of how you've reached success. That means congratulations, you are qualified to create an online course on your process, which is what you're an expert in. You're not an expert in anyone else's process. You're an expert in what you do and what you've done to reach this point. Hallelujah. You don't have to be the absolute best at the topic, but you are an expert in your process. People can learn what you teach from a million different course creators, but why would somebody want to learn from you? The reason they want to learn from you is because you connect the dots for them in a way that they can understand, in ways that other people can't. Everyone has different learning styles, and your teaching style might be exactly what they need. And for you trainers out there, I have an amazing resource for you. It is a done for you and with you training guide. I know a lot of you struggle with training manuals. Check it out. It'll help you get started on that journey. Second thing I wish I knew before I started my online course training journey is this. You don't have to write a novel. It doesn't have to be complicated. Course creation can be overwhelming. You're probably overthinking the content. You assume that people already know the information and are putting pressure on yourself to make it extensive and filled with as much information as you can possibly think of, and that's just not true. What's common sense to you isn't necessarily common sense for somebody else. I wish I knew that before I started. Remember, what's simple for you is new information for someone else. That's your target audience. You have something to teach someone simply due to the fact that you have some experience. Don't forget about fundamentals. Maybe you aren't specifically where you want to be in your career, but you're ahead of the entrepreneur who is just starting out. If you have people in your DMs asking you questions about what you do, asking for advice, that is a sign that people want to learn from you. It could be the most basic piece of information to you, but to someone else, it could mean a huge difference. The difference between them retaining or losing a client, which then they lose the opportunity for referrals and so on and so forth. It's like a domino effect. Your one little tip or piece of advice can make all the difference for them in their own process. Number 3, contrary to what it might feel like, someone is listening. Even when it feels like no one's listening, you must keep talking about it, keep posting about it, keep talking about it, keep educating, even when you think no one is watching. Keep singing to the choir. It takes time, but once that momentum builds, it grows exponentially. You only need 1,000 brand loyalists to thrive. So for those of you who are saying you don't have that many followers, take that amount of followers that you have and turn whatever amount that is into paying clients. Don't get bogged down by the vanity metrics. I say keep singing, but make sure you're singing the song that they're requesting. So create content that people are searching for, content about them rather than you. Make sure you're thinking about your idea, your ideal students, and what their problems are. Diminish their fear before they enroll in your course. You'll have a follower, a subscriber, and those are the people that you can potentially teach once you launch your course. Once you launch it, they're listening. Fourth thing I wish I knew before creating an online course is you don't have to hire anyone. You can learn to do it yourself. You don't have to pay people to create your online course anymore. The platforms and the tech is so user-friendly now. With apps, with just a few hours of your time and a few clicks, you can do it all yourself. I know people who use their iPhone to create full-on courses and make a lot of money with a course that they filmed with their iPhone, that they edited on their phone. I really think it's about the quality. It's about the quality of the information. You don't need a professional to create your course. course. If you have a phone, it's really all you need. I started in iMovie, InShot, CapCut. Like, these are great apps to edit. It becomes more lucrative when you create it yourself too. It also allows you to get it out there faster so that you're not waiting on a professional to get their part done so that you can move on to the next step. Fifth thing I wish I knew before creating an online course was about pricing. How to price your course. You might feel guilty for charging what you charge for your training, especially if you're coming from a place of services. If you show up wanting to help people, it feels natural just to give it away, but I'm here to tell you, it's okay to get paid for your purpose. By the way, pro tip, people who don't pay attention. One of the best things I heard in 2019 at Rachel Luna's Confidence Activated, people who don't pay, they don't pay attention. Charge for your course so your students pay attention to your curriculum. So once they've finished, they can feel they've learned something of value, and not to mention give you bomb testimonials. Course creators, I'm going to give you a formula when it comes to pricing courses. Are you ready? Cost plus income minus barrier equals price. Okay, so what does this mean? Cost. What is it costing the student to not have the solution you offer? If your course is color correction, your potential student is pumping out eyebrows that are turning blue over time because she doesn't have the right education. It will cost her returning clients. It will cost her referrals. It will cost her income. Over time, it could potentially cost her business because she's now known as the artist who gives everyone blue eyebrows. I actually have a YouTube video where I dive deeper into how to price your first course. Go watch it right here. And I'm also going to link it here in the show notes, in the description, so you can check that out. Income. In addition to the student cost of not learning what you have to offer, what is your desired income? How much do you want to make per month? I don't mean the bare minimum. I mean, how much do you want to make that will sustain you and make you happy? That's the income. Barrier. It's what's in the way. Barrier is what everyone else is charging to have this problem fixed. Do a Google search and see what the going rate is for solving this problem. If you go on Amazon, what's the going rate for books on solving this problem? And also consider the economy. Where are people at? Cost plus income minus barrier equals price. It just takes a minute. It's not a perfect formula, but these are things that you should consider before pricing your course. Like I said, it's not a perfect formula, but considering the cost and the income that you want to make minus what's in the way, come up with a price. Got it? Now you can price your course and make some money. Last thing I wish I knew before creating my online course is perfection isn't a thing. Most beauty service providers are artists. We're artistic. We know that a work of art is never finished. I mean, I could keep doing my makeup all day. I could just keep making it better and better and better, add more glitter. So when creating your online course, you have to get to a point where you decide that it's good enough and time to go live. So when creating your online course, you have to get to a point where you decide that it's good enough now and it's time to go live. When is the content good enough? When is the video angle good enough? When is the curriculum good enough? If you're too focused on perfection, guess what? You're never gonna finish and you'll miss the opportunity. So focus on the value you provide and the information that you're sharing. Your potential student doesn't care about what you look like, if the lighting is perfect. The only thing they really care about is, are you solving my problem? Are you serving my needs? Are you speaking to my pain points? A big lesson I learned is that people don't care as much as I think. No one's watching. Everyone's watching and no one's watching. I post things as if no one was ever going to watch it because the right people will care. People don't care. What do you have to bring to the current economic climate that will help them get through it? How are you helping them diminish their fear? The money you generate with your online course is a reflection of the impact it has on your students. So solve their specific problem and the money will follow. When creating an online course, the most intimidating part is getting started. I want you to promise me one thing. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Just start. You will figure it out as you go, but you can't figure it out before you go. You have to figure it out in the doing as you go. If you think you're going to figure it out in here, just like thinking, that's not real. You have to figure it out as you go. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and check out my other videos on YouTube. This one is how to be a book solid beauty entrepreneur. And this one is how to hit 100K a month in the beauty business. Ciao! See you in the next video.